Good evening. Yes, I'm late. Yes, I'm on solo time tonight. And yes, I apologize. Guys, this is the Friday night takeaway. Good evening, gents. How you doing? Thanks for waiting. Colb, very long time no see. How you doing, big man?
Yeah, it has been a very long time. I am good. I hope everybody here is well.
Matt, how you doing, man?
Oh, good day. Thanks, Mr. B. How is everyone?
Cold.
Yeah, freezing. I think everyone's freezing in the country, bro, unless you're rich.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's not the
yeah, but
yeah.
Apparently, it's going to get a touch warmer on Monday, isn't it? It's gonna, like where I live, it's supposed to go up to 14. It's like, wait,
I hope so.
14.
I hope so.
Yeah, 14. It's crazy. It's craziness, Mr. B. It's a craziness. The weather doesn't know it doesn't know if it's coming or going. You know what I mean?
Oh, boy. Let's.
I hope it's going. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'll be honest. I hope it's going. I can't do the cold, bro. I'll be honest. I can't do the cold.
Do you know the worst thing is, right? I go out in the morning to go off and do my work, and you realise as you walk into the car, you see that sheet of ice on the windscreen. You're like, oh yeah, joking. I've got no de-icer. So you know the old CD case comes out from the glove box. You know what I mean? You're scraping away. Yeah, man, bro. Always keep a CD case in your glove box because they are very useful for certain tasks, and that's what my CD case is for.
No, I get it, boy.
Scraping away.
I get it. Before I go any further, Rebel, I see ya twice. I see ya, Mr. Bassett. Ooh, you got your twin out here, Adel Ahmed. We see you, man. We have no sponsors on our kits. Maybe they can use GSM Talk. Could you get our sponsor up, please?
Yeah, but it's we're not GSM, we're GMS, Mr. B. So you can go and ask GSM if you like, bro. But hey, folks, never mind. Don't forget about GSM. Yeah, just go to GMS if you need any of their services because they are currently assisting architects, property developers, and construction companies all over the country, offering a wide range of services such as setting out topographical surveys, 3D laser scanning and monitoring. Link in the description for the website and the contact details. Check them out. They are quality.
Right, checking out that. Yes, Mr. Edmund. Yes, I did. And yes, I did make a mistake, but it's Friday. I'm allowed. I'm allowed. Talk. Our little friend needs a little bit of viewing here. As you know, guys, actually, do you know what? I'll leave the intro to talk.
Yes. Yo, Big G, see you in the building. Big G, I know Big G is waiting with his big wig on and his fake moustache. He's waiting for, you know what, folks, that is Spot the Ball. You know how we play it here. We like to play games, and Spot the Ball is the favourite. So, as is the same every week, just tell us which square you think the majority of the ball is in. And this week, this is what it looks like. Feast your eyes on that. Have a good glimpse, have a good look. And if anybody can tell me what game it is, you might get a bonus point. But Mr. B, I've not seen you look up at your big screen yet, bro. There he goes. That's Mr. B. Do you know what? That's Mr. B's Specsavers is the big screen. It's like, right, I'm going to the big screen on this one. So, yeah, have a good look at that. This is a difficult one. Let me tell you that right now. Very difficult indeed. I love it when it goes quiet. Everybody's like intently looking at Spot the Ball and going, let's have a look in the comments. Yeah, we got Vincent Bullock, Mark Edmund, Rebel, Big G. Go on.
Talk. Yep. Why is square 10, 12, 11, and 6 kind of half blocked out?
Oh, that's just the way the image came out, bro.
Oh,
no, don't worry about that. Yeah, no, it's no notice, bro. Don't worry about it. There's no trickery going on here. It's just, yeah. Oh, Glenn James Allen straight in there. Welcome, bro. Not seen you before. He's gone straight in for number 8. Okay. We'll come back to that a little bit later on, folks. Not seen anyone else coming yet. Usually you come flying in with your answers, but yeah, this one might be a little bit of a difficult one, Mr. B. And you don't have to give me the answer right now. Vincent Bullock's coming in with 10. Okay. But just remember,
don't worry,
folks,
guys, you are allowed to change.
Yeah, you can change if you need to. But there you go, folks. Have a good day. We will bring it back up shortly. But Mr. B will now lead into the rest of the show. Go on, Mr. B.
Guys. Is it happening? Is it happening? Okay, TeamViewer. They've decided, there was rumors a couple of months ago that sort of put a smile on our face to a certain extent, that TeamViewer did want to terminate their contract with Man United. As of today, it looks like that is what they've actually done. I'm not sure how it works. I'm hoping that you guys, either on the panel or in the chat, can enlighten me. So we've cut the contract short by three years. Is that right? Oh, here we go.
We'll have a look at this.
I ain't going to read it. Have a look.
Yeah,
you mean have a read? You're going to read that. You reading that, are you?
I will do, bro. Yeah. So Manchester United terminates 235 million shirt sponsorship deal with TeamViewer. Search for new sponsors underway. The Old Trafford club agreed to cut short their 235 million deal with TeamViewer and have decided to buy back the rights to the agreement. TeamViewer reportedly fell out with Manchester United in August, just 18 months into the 5-year agreement. The company reportedly planned not to renew the deal, which would have expired in 2026, before TeamViewer struck a deal with the Premier League giants. It was Chevrolet who were Manchester United's official shirt sponsors. Reports have it that losses incurred by TeamViewer are the major factor that has informed their decision to terminate the contract. They have reportedly lost 4/5 of its value amid concerns they had overstretched by committing to the 47 million a year deal. The two sides have now agreed an exit strategy, with United confirming that they have reached a mutually beneficial agreement under which Manchester United shall have the option to buy back the rights to the club's shirt front sponsorship. Manchester United's statement pointed out that the deal with TeamViewer was signed on the eve of the COVID-19 pandemic. After confirming the decision to buy back the agreement, the Red Devils said they are now looking at securing a better sponsorship for the club, which is, well, we will get into that shortly. So there you go. Set that away, Mr. B. What do you want to ask?
You know, it's crazy. You want people to understand the issues at the club, but this one shocked me today, to be fair. The fact that we're going to lose, or we have lost the majority, I don't know how much, what the buyback is, and they haven't said it on there, but the fact that we're buying it back. See, the part I don't understand is we buy back, but we still keep their sponsors. I understand we can't have a shirt with no sponsor on for the rest of the season, but what are you guys' thoughts on the fact that, and who are we going to be looking at? I mean, we could be looking at anybody. Does it put off the prospective buyers of the club that we don't have a sponsor? Because right now the club is at a reset. New manager just coming in. We need a new training ground. We need players. We need a new stadium. It's like we're at ground zero to a certain extent.
But Mr. B, let me just point something out. I just want to point something out. For TeamViewer, it wasn't working out. It was always a bit of a weird one for me when it happened, because I was like, yeah, wait a minute. This is a bit of software that people use just to sort of talk to employees in different parts of the office, and I might have to get a bit stuck. It never made any sense to me. In terms of going forward for a new sponsor, look, we're on the eve and the verge of the club being sold here for huge amounts of money. With it coming huge amounts of investment. So I tell you right now, Mr. B, there's going to be sponsors lining up around the block to try and get their name on our shirts, bro. I don't know what Matt and Colin think of that.
Well, yeah, I mean, you know, it's not going to be hard for United to get a new sponsor at all. You know, one of the biggest clubs in the world. It wouldn't surprise me, obviously, with this whole thing that's happening now with United selling the club, that would Amazon might come in and try and sponsor the shirt. You know, if they take over, it's going to be an Amazon Prime sponsor on the shirt. We're going to be playing at the Prime Old Trafford Stadium. You know, everything's going to be Amazon related. So if they come in and do buy the club, then they're going to slap that everywhere. But I mean, there's loads of companies out there that would love to have their company name on the United shirt. It's going to get everywhere, isn't it?
Matt?
Gee.
Seems you've got a lot of bad press. A lot of United fans went on social media.
I'm so ready. I'm so happy.
And left negative reviews on them. I mean, I don't know that much about TeamViewer and what they do. All I know it's a form of software. I'd never heard of them before to sponsor Man United, but it was always a deal that was unsustainable for them on their part, and their shareholders now want out. They're losing too much money. I actually think it's a good thing, because if the club's being sold, we get new owners in, whoever it may be. We've seen a lot of links to a lot of different people. It gives them a chance to go out, get a brand new sponsorship for the club, brand new shirt sponsor, somebody of their choice straight in on the shirt. And it kind of goes in with the whole reset now, with the side of the club and everything else going on. It works well. I know TeamViewer staying on up until we do find a new shirt sponsor, though. So
I mean,
that's an exciting point.
I mean, the part that I worry about is obviously the TeamViewer deal was what, 47 million a year, yeah? What can Man United be looking at? Us as fans, we always say we're the biggest club in the world. You know, they're always talking about as good press or bad press. We're always in the press.
Yeah.
But for a prospective shirt sponsor who probably don't know where they go, where the club are heading, like we don't, to be fair, we hope it's heading in. We hope it's heading upward. Do we think that they can broker a deal which is worth more than 45 million a year? That's to all of you.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course we can. I think it's just a case of who comes in and who takes over. Look at Man City and the people in them, and look at the supposed sponsorship deals they're getting and the money that they're getting into the companies, into the club from these supposed companies. And no, this is Man City. Before the Sheiks took over, Man City were nobodies. And now look at where they are. But look at where they was when the Sheiks took over, and the trajectory that they've gone on since then. And the money that's going into the club.
Matt, let's not forget. I mean, look, we know Man City, internal sponsorship, Etihad Airways owned by the owners, blah, blah. Now, for United, look, you got to think about this. Like Colin pointed out, if it's Amazon, and Amazon are like, yeah, look, we're Amazon, we're massive. Okay, we can put our name on the shirt. So any potential shirt sponsor now knows and understands that if they want to get their name on our shirts, it's going to cost them serious money. So it's a plus, in my opinion, that if we can, whoever our owners may be, whether it be Ineos, whether it be Amazon, all right, I think the Apple question is now sort of gone. You know, it's fell off the tree, hasn't it? Completely. So, but anybody else, you know what I mean? There's going to be that kind of question. Can you bring us more to stop, to tempt us away from not putting our sponsors on it? You know, if like I said, it's going to take a huge amount of money for them to be able to say, look, we want to put ours on rather than yours, because we'll offer you X and X and X. So it's a great thing. It's a good move in my opinion. Like you said, Matt, TeamViewer were a bit questionable, shall we say, allegedly. You know what I mean? Don't want to get myself in trouble, but that's what the rumors were. So yeah, I don't know.
This for a potential new shirt sponsor is an amazing time to actually get it done. Looking at having new owners very soon. Obviously, they haven't got to fight a battle with the current sponsors because they are wanting out anyway. So there's going to be a lot of positive press around United in the near future as well. Like we said, we don't know who it's going to be, We don't know who the new owners are going to be. There's lots of rumours flying about. I'm getting information from people that are close to what's happening as well. Even they're not 100% sure on what's actually happening and who it's going to be. But, you know, it's a very, very exciting and prosperous time to have your name literally there on a Man United shirt.
Yeah, I mean, 100%. And like you say, the way the club's going, with the amount of investment that we're talking about, it's going to be huge for the club. It's going to be huge, and I do believe that, you know, the club is going to get sold sooner rather than later, and it's going to be huge money, and there's going to be huge investment, because we know what Man United is all about, generating cash. You know, that's what it is. It's a money making machine, and I guess, as we know as fans, we just want it to be a case of, look, yeah, as owners, we want it to be where profits are secondary. Football comes first. Profits are secondary. If you can set profits out, right, because we're doing well on the pitch and winning things, great, happy days, everybody's happy. But it has to be secondary to the performances and to, you know, what Manchester United is all about, which is being great. You know, go back to our motto: youth, courage, greatness. I want to see, you know, we want to see all those things, and so, you know, a massive top quality sponsor on the shirt is nailed on for me. Who it will be, again, we don't know. We can only surmise. But let me just ask you quickly, Colin, what would you say though if would you be bothered if Amazon bought United and then it was you know, the prime Old Trafford Stadium? Would that bother you?
I've had this discussion over on my shows, and I'm going to keep it the same as what I've said every single time. I do not care who comes in, as long as they treat the club right, treat it with respect, and do what's right by the club. You know, the stadium needs fixing, training ground needs updating. You know, the squad needs bolstering out and getting rid of some weeds. Basically, they've got to bring the right people in to make sure that the club's okay. So if it's Amazon that want to come in and do that, cracking. If it's somebody in Dubai, Qatar, somebody that owns a local business around the corner from me, I don't care. As long as you've got Man United's best interest at heart, you can do as you please.
I mean, we have had questions, Matt. I'll ask you and Mr. B. I want to ask some questions. If you know, we know what the questions have been asked around the takeover of Newcastle, for example, you know, with the human rights, blah blah blah. Now, is that just something that is unavoidable? Because, you know, if our club is gonna sort of stand next to the Newcastles and the Man Cities on a competitive front in the transfer market more than anything, that's just part and parcel of what we've got to accept. I mean, is that something that would bother you, or are you just in that mindset that I am?
Well,
it's just the way football's going.
Do you know what, talk? I mean, I'll be fair. We'll go through some of the messages after all of us have had our little comment here. Ten Hag said a couple of days ago about Man United being able to rival all rich state clubs, all rich state-run clubs, or state-run clubs, or whatever the wording they use. I've always said, Man United, they get it right. We're self-generated. I'm convinced we can always make more money than we spend. It's just where the money's been put. We've been below the standard that we want for the last 10, 12 years. But we are still the most spoken about club in the world. Look at Liverpool, 30 years of nothingness. They've had a few years of glory recently, and they've overtaken us in certain departments. Yeah, they've taken over us in certain departments. So all it takes is us to be back winning for us to start. I'm not saying we will be able to go out and spend, you know, 300 million every transfer window, but we should be able to do a lot more than we're doing at the moment. No? Yes?
Matt?
Do we need the owners who are in City, Newcastle, PSG? No. We've, under the Glazers, we've spent the same as what City have. But look at the way we've spent that money. No, it's not. No, we've spent £1 billion, but we've spent £1 billion on bad shit. We've had no direction, mismanagement, and nobody who understands the footballing aspects of the club from the infrastructure. Or if we can get the infrastructure right and correct, we self-generate and we make enough money to be able to buy players and match any team in the world. All we need to do is sort out the infrastructure when it comes to the scouting department and the buying department and also the selling department. We've not sold a player and made money on them in God knows how long. We've not brought the right quality of player in God knows how long. Case in point, we brought Fred for 50 million. Nothing against Fred. But Jose Mourinho didn't want Fred.
He's half Anthony.
Fred didn't fit into what Mourinho wanted. We brought Harry Maguire for 80 million. We was going to buy Harry Maguire for 50 million for Mourinho. Now, Maguire fits a Mourinho team.
Yeah.
But did he fit the team that I wanted to build? No. Those are case in points on how badly mismanaged we've been. Earlier on, we was talking about AWB. How does AWB fit in? I don't think he was first choice for LA, but once again, I think he was seen as young English talent, get him in a Man United shirt, rather than it being the right calibre of player that the coach wanted.
Let me just, sorry, Matt, I'm going to drag you right back a little bit here to when we were talking there about the owners and the monies and everything else. Now, I know Man United makes money. We've spent a bill, blah, blah, blah. But we are, apparently, according to reports, closer to the 1 billion debt that the club currently has. Then on top of that, we've got to think about a new stadium, which would cost probably around about that, $1 billion. Then we're talking about the surrounding area as where Manchester United is. That needs, what we all want, like Manchester City. We want community-based projects happening around Old Trafford. All that land there to be redeveloped to the best standard it can possibly be. So again, there you're talking huge money. Now I know we can maybe come to the conclusion that that's not all going to be on the foot of the owners, the new owners, the potential owners. That can come from outside investment because there is an opportunity for outside investment, especially for the surrounding area, etc., etc. But it's that initial 1 billion debt, stadium 1 billion, training ground maybe 500 million. So there's 2.5 straight off the bat. You know what I mean? That's why, on top of the purchase price, and this is why it's for sale, because the Glazers will not risk, for whatever reason, whether it's. Let me just ask you this question then to Colin, Mr. B, and you, Matt. Do you think now the Glazers are pulling out, because I've heard this said, they're pulling out now and deciding to sell because there is no chance legally for the Super League to happen?
Well, the Super League isn't going away. The Super League will be back. I'll make that very, very clear. The Super League will be back because people are going to push for it because it's going to earn them more money. Going on what you're saying there as well, obviously, about all this money that we're going to have to spend. It's going to take, I think somebody was saying it's going to be 600 million to upgrade and fix Old Trafford. 1.2 billion is going to be spent on a new stadium if we decide to build a new stadium. And then £2 billion in transfer fees to get us challenging for the title.
How much?
2 billion. That's what they're saying. 2 billion to make our team capable of challenging. But that's the state that Manchester United are in at the minute. That's the issue. That's the issue. And then you're probably looking at another $500 million in transfers from then on to keep that there, keep the level there, and progress to winning that championship. And then you've got all the training facilities as well to add on to that, and like I said, the surrounding areas as well. So it's going to have to be somebody that has a lot of financial backing. And before somebody else takes over, I'm just going to drop this little piece in, and I'm not going to go into too much detail, but I will say to all Manchester United fans, keep an eye on the Newcastle situation.
That's an interesting. I know exactly why you've said that, Colin, and that maybe if we get near the end, we will get to that. But before we do that, let me just go into the comments and go through some of the comments. I've got some starred comments right here, so we will start with. Yes, we see the numbers. Rebel is saying ball is in row Z of box 10. Let me have a look. There we go. Rebel says TeamViewer got a lot of bad press recently because it was the software that was used in scams on vulnerable people. So I reckon their accounts are hurting like theirs. I think he means United accounts hurting like theirs. Big G in the building makes the takeover easier, in my opinion. Apple, Amazon will probably want their own names on it. Well, we say that's what I was saying before, Big G, though. But if somebody comes and says to them, look, no, we'll give you, I don't know, 100 million a season to get our name on it. Do you know they're going to go? Yeah, okay, then go on then, because why not? It's good money, isn't it? And Zoe's Media House, Man United will never be short to find shirt sponsors. Remember, we are the biggest club in the world with the largest fan base in any sport. You're bang on. McKay in the building. McKay, sorry, just says lol. The Amazon and Apple rumors are not true. Well, we will see as we go through. Vincent Bullock says TeamViewer is a software that lets you remote other users' computer with permission, but it's been used a lot for scammers. And yeah, you're right, Vincent, 100%. McKay, City are soulless though. Let's not become that. That's a good point. Yeah, I mean, look, the Etihad and all the blahs and Pep crying because there's not enough people at the Champions League games because they know they're never going to win it. That's why. Glenn James Allen, big up. He says a big sponsor comes in and maybe buy the club. They cannot have naming rights in the stadium. Old Trafford has history, but I think the new sponsor comes in. The here be the one that buys the club. Well, I wouldn't rule it out though. To be honest, if the name of the stadium does get altered somewhat, and again, that's a question. That's why I asked Colin and Matt what your thoughts were on that. If it would bother you. I mean, for me, I don't know. If it has to be, it has to be. To be fair, that's just the way I look at it. Big G says I like the sounds of love everything Saudi or oil is the future. Anyway, Glenn James Allen, Amazon can't even deliver my parcel on time, let alone sponsor a club as big as Man United. You know what? Yeah, you're right there. I should have something today, but it ain't shown up. Look, it better come before Christmas or I am going to be seriously boycotting. I'm telling you, I'll be on the shoulders of the Holy Trinity outside Old Trafford with a sign saying Amazon are, you know what, ends in T. Rebel says, with United, it's probably just a case of clearing the Glazers' debt, which is crippling us, make an investment in the fixed assets, and everything should be self-sufficient. Let's have a look. We've got anybody new who's commented there. Let's have a look. Big G. It doesn't matter about the debt, really. All of the new potential owners will take over the club. They will employ a group of kids or to build new stuff. Interesting. Rebel. I think the scary thing about Old Trafford is nobody knows just how bad the Glazers let it deteriorate when the engineers get stuck into reviewing it. Who knows what they uncover? I mean, look, for me, the stadium is. I think it needs totally taking down and redoing from bottom upwards. But I've always said, I hope that they bring in, architects that can actually incorporate the Munich tunnel and other parts of the sacred ground of Old Trafford, because that is huge to the fans, absolutely huge. So
I agree, mate. I agree. Sorry, I just want to reply to Emma because I've seen her thing there saying, obviously, what I said. What is it based on? That's got nothing to do with the people coming in. That's because clubs are going to know how much money we are going to have backing us now. So every single price for every single player, as soon as United come knocking, is going up. So a player that's worth 50 million, yeah, but it's going to go up even more. If we've got multi-billionaire owners like that are literally going to throw money left, right, and centre like City do, and all these other people do, then a 50 million player that we get charged currently at 80 million is going up to 100, 110 million, 120 million. So it's all going to add on. That's why I'm saying it's going to take about £2 billion because we're just going to get raped. You know, price just.
Okay, let's go back to spot that ball, folks. Come on. It's not hard. Well, it is, but it's not. Spot that ball. I see there's some numbers already in there. Big G usually is in there like Flint, but this time he's taking his time. Vincent Bullock, again, straight in. Whoa, Vincent, man, easy, man. Keep your jets, bro. You're going to burn your keyboard out. Straight in with number 10. Yeah, there's a lot going on in this picture. I mean, look, there's like one player looking towards the goal. One's looking sideways. Looks like one's having a chat with somebody who's walking away from goal. The referee's looking at that player. He's looking over there. He's looking over there. There's loads of stuff going on here. Loads of stuff. McKay, invested in the academy. I don't need for us to be champions in 2 years. Yeah, long term. It's the long term into that we want, folks. We'll get your numbers in. Come on, it's only £1 to go, folks. It's only £1 to go. That's not.
I've got my number.
Okay, Mr. B, private chat, bro. Let me have a look.
Oh, cool.
And you'll know by my reaction how far away you are, because the louder the laugh, the more you're miles away, bro. Go on. Everybody take note. Get ready. Get ready.
Right.
Go on, Mr. B. Let's
go on, go on. It's one of them two. Oh, shit.
Nah, Mo, Mr. B, you know me. Remember when I conned Bill Baggio? I blagged Bill Baggio and he stuffed it. Right? Don't fall for me tricks. Oh, Column's coming with a little cheeky one there. But Matthew, do you want to join the party, bro? If your name's not down, you're not coming in. Let me just check your names. Yeah, your name is on the list, so you can come in. So why don't you drop yours? I won't shout them out just yet. I'll wait till the end. But folks, come on. Get them numbers in. I want to see those numbers. Emma Kay saying she's going with number 8. Okay, happy days, happy days. You got 14 in the chat. Come on, get them numbers in. I've not won one yet. I've been so close a few times, but not yet. Big G's going for number 1. Paul Taylor's going number 3. No, no, you can't have that. You can't have that. You got to pick one or the other. Matthew. He's trying that old game.
Yeah, I've just seen match numbers, guys. While we to finish up the show, World Cup. What have your thoughts been? Who's been your best player? And who do you think is going to win the final on Sunday? Guys in the chat, you guys on here.
Let me go first then. I think Argentina are going to win it. I don't think Messi's been good. He's not been the best. For me, Antoine Griezmann all day long. Antoine Griezmann, what he's been doing for France in that position, has been, he's been really, really, really good. And he was one of the players actually that I thought sort of might be a problem for France because of his laziness. Because he's not the most mobile of players. But Deschamps has done a fantastic job with him, and he's getting a right tune out of him. So for me, Argentina and Griezmann.
Matt?
I think France will win it. Player of the tournament for me has got to be Griezmann. I think playing him in that 10 role just off Giroud, he's kind of been the best player of the tournament, and it's a role I didn't think he'd excel in, to be fair. Now, it seems like it's revitalised him being in this World Cup and being in this squad for Griezmann. Obviously, he was at Atletico Madrid, he'd done all right, went to Barca, it didn't do too well there, went back to Atletico, but it wasn't the same. But he's in this French squad and he's doing absolute bits. And you can see he's really enjoying being back out on the pitch, and he's playing with the freedom. I mean, I'd like to see Argentina win it, but I just think France will do it again.
Cole?
I'm gonna go with Argentina because I don't want France to win it. I really don't. But my player of the tournament's not even in the tournament anymore, and that's Amrabat. I think he was absolutely amazing, Amrabat, and I think he got overlooked a lot. The stuff he did for Morocco, it's, you know, he kept him in quite a lot of games. Some of the tackles he made as well. Wasn't it him who pretty much nearly killed Mbappe? You know, that I was cheering. I was off my chair cheering and everything when he did that. But no, yeah. So Argentina to win it for me.
Big G's coming out all controversial tonight, folks. We do apologise if anybody's offended by such comments.
It's Friday night, man. If you're not offended, boy, you're not in the wrong place.
You know what? I'll call him. Listen, I agree with you to a certain extent with Amrabat. I thought he was really, and Boufal, to be fair. I thought Boufal was really top quality as well for Morocco, but it was such a shame for them, to go out. I was so gutted. I thought they might have been able to do it, but it was just a bridge too far. But you know what? They've got the opportunity tomorrow to get third spot, and I just hope they do it. Who's yours, Mr. B?
What player of the tournament?
Yeah, and who's going to win it?
My player of the tournament has been Marcus Rashford, and England are going to win it.
No, Mr. B's restarting it all.
My player of the tournament, to be fair, I've enjoyed watching Bellingham. I really, really have enjoyed watching Bellingham. Obviously, you see him bits and pieces in the Bundesliga, but I think he's the real deal, man. I think whoever gets Bellingham in the summer, I've got to play for the next 10, 12 years. He's going to be elite. So my favorite player, I think, is Bellingham. Tomorrow, I'll be honest, I don't have I would have rathered there was no Man United players in one of the teams, then I could say, all right, I'll choose him because the Man United players in. But Varane's in one side, Martinez is in the other side. I don't really have a preference to who wins. I just want a good game to end the tournament. I haven't really been feeling the World Cup. I'll be honest. Maybe it's just me. This middle break, every game I watched at the Man United play, I was just praying that they didn't have a long-term injury. They didn't get injured full stop. So it felt weird. It was nice watching the different games, but I would have just much rather it was Prem, and I'm really happy that the Prem, but I'm more happy that the Prem's back than the World Cup. The excitement that the World Cup started. So maybe that's me. Maybe that's just the Grinch in me in December. But yeah, that's just how I feel at the moment, to be fair.
I mean, to a certain extent, I agree, Mr. B, because it was at the start of the World Cup. It was like it wasn't until like a couple of games in where I started to get like more, all right, okay, it's World Cup, because of the time of year it was. It was difficult to get involved. But what I've got to say, though, is that it's been a great World Cup in terms of, the way it's been handled and the quality of the football, the stadiums and all the blahs. I know there's controversies around that. We already spoke about all that. So that's a different conversation to be had. But, I want Argentina to win.
See, for various reasons. Is anybody here going to put a bet on? I mean, I suppose the odds must be pretty close as well, to be fair. Teams-wise, I don't think is there going to be an out-and-out favourite? Has anybody imagined? I think it's probably one of the most 50-50 World Cup finals in a long time, to be fair.
I know France are favourites.
Oh, they are? Okay. Yeah, there must be slight favourite. I think they've got a better team. Messi has probably had a bigger effect on Argentina, but I think man for man, I think France have got a better team.
But you know what? The thing is, Mr. B, the problem that France have got is this is not just Messi we're talking about. This is Messi with an opportunity here to win the World Cup, to be that player that everybody knows he is, and just to solidify that if he comes out in that mindset with that right frame of mind, Lionel Messi in that game on Sunday, he could absolutely destroy France on his own. I guarantee it right now. We all know that. You know what I mean? It's just a case of how he handles this situation, how he's got himself mentally prepared and set. You know what I mean? Because we know, since Pele, there is an argument, is the greatest. We did have a conversation earlier about who was the greatest. Pele, Maradona, Messi, Ronaldo. There's others to be mentioned, you know what I mean? Where the list goes on and on. But right at the top of that tree, for me, it still is Pele. But listen, folks, we're getting close to the end of the thing here. Emilio Fernandez or Alvarez, best players of the tournament, in my opinion, says Big G. Interesting. Rebel says Alvarez for the Argies is a star. Pity he's stuck behind Haaland at City. Actually, that's an interesting comment, Rebel, because that surely now Pep Guardiola's eyes have been sort of opened, somewhat. So, you know what? Again, is this going to mess with Pep Guardiola's thinking now as we go into the guts of the season and also the business end of the Champions League? Is Pep going to start overthinking things here? You know what I mean? So that could play against them. But again, folks, there you go. Have a look at this. Give us your numbers before we do wrap the show up. I will go through some of the numbers that we've got and I'll work my way to the bottom, and whatever we've got, we will shout out. So let me go right back up yonder and remind everybody where we are in numbers wise. So Glenn James Allen goes for 10. Vincent Bullock goes for number 8. Adil Ahmed goes for number 10. Where else? Let me just get them. So I'll just scroll down slowly because this thing just goes crazy. Paul Tierney goes for 3. Big G goes for 1. Let's have a look. Vincent Bullock goes for 10. I think there's one from MK. Was there Paul Tierney? Yeah, I've had that one. Private chat. So I'll tell you now that Mr. B has gone for number 8 or number 10. So I need you to confirm, Mr. B, which one you're going for, 8 or 10.
Do you know what? I've just realised, God, I'm so slow. Your numbers aren't even in order, are they?
No.
I've just realised.
That makes no difference on Mr. B. Come on, bro.
No, I know it doesn't. But normally you used to see 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm looking. I'm saying, oh shit. Okay, yeah. I'm good. You know what, talk. I'm gonna go. I want to go number 10. I really want to go number 10. That's the one
Locked
that
in.
I thought that's a talk number. But I'm
All right,
gonna change it. No, I'm gonna change it to number. I'm gonna change it to number 9, just because there was a couple of other votes in there for number 10. I'm gonna go for number 9. Okay,
so you got number 9. Column has gone for number 1, and Matthew has gone for number 9. So I'm going to quickly check the comments for one last time. Vincent Bullock's gone for 10. Late switch to 9 says Rebel. Okay. I'm sticking with 8 says MK. Okay. Well, you know what, Mr. B? Let me just say this. You better get the drums out, right? Because Talk has won. Talk has won on this one this evening, folks. And I'm so over the moon. I'm buzzing. Okay, so I'll tell you the ones it isn't. It ain't number 9. It ain't number 8. And it ain't number 10. It ain't number 2. It ain't number 3. It ain't number 12. It ain't number 6, number 4, and number 5. I'm going to get into a bit of a groove now. Right? And it ain't number 1. So it's number 7 or 11. So I'll give you your Miss Molina in the building.
Nobody's voted for 7 or 11.
No, they haven't. So, and I will tell you which one it ain't out of those two.
Molina, you were wrong, my darling.
Yeah, you were wrong. Sorry, Mel. Big up. It ain't number 11. It's in box number 7. And do you know where the ball is? It's right in front of that player where the referee's looking at. The ball's right in front of him. You just can't see it.
Which
foot? If you look at the edge. So number 7. The top.
I can see it. It's right on the line, isn't it?
I'd say that's partially in number 1.
The majority of the ball is the column. Majority of the ball is in no VAR column. No, I ain't getting robbed here. Talk has won. I am over the moon. It's there in the bag for everyone to see, playing as day. Who are we playing, by the way? Let me ask you that before we go. Who are we playing?
Tottenham.
Oh, Mr. B, how did you get that?
Was it?
Yeah.
It's a right kick, of course it's Spurs.
But you know it was. I think I just think that the guy in the number 2 square looks like Glenn Hoddle. Okay. Like his body, like he's the way that he stood up. I just thought it was Glenn Hoddle, to be fair. I just immediately looked and thought it was a Tottenham game.
Rebel says it's not wedged at the ref's feet, is it? No, it's not. It's just in front. Because what's happened is the player in box number 3, the Man United player, the ball was kicked out by the goalkeeper, right, for a free kick. And as it's rolling by, that player there, for number 3, I can't remember who it is, he back heels it right along, and I paused it right at the right moment where the ball is just in front of this player and it's going to the player in box number 1. So happy days, talks a winner, chicken dinner.
Well, look, talk.
Yes,
You've
bro.
deserved the win. I'll be honest, you have deserved the win. It's been a very, 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 very long time coming. I actually think that's your first win, but I know you're gonna correct. It is okay. That's fine. Well, I've actually won more times than you, mate. So look, every dog has their day. So roof to you.
Vincent McDonald in the building. Yo, big up, Vincent.
I'm expecting. Oh, you missed it. Oh, Vincent. Oh, this is Omundi's friend, Vincent O'Donnell. Is this Vincent O'Donnell?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Vincent O'Donnell. Yeah, sorry. And then, we got it right. Vincent McDonald in the building. Yo, big up, bro. He says number 1, bro. It wasn't right, but yeah, you needed to get in a little bit earlier and you might have had a better chance, bro. But tune in next Friday, for Spot the Ball again. Matthew's looking very, very, like, he's gutted. He's wounded because I've got a feeling. I know, sorry, bro, but you know what it proves? It proves that there ain't no cheating on this. There ain't no cheating. The only person who tries to cheat, as we know, is Solo. Solo jumps in backstage before we go live, looking for Spot the Ball to try and have a quick sneaky peek before everybody else. But I've stopped that and nipped it in the bud by not loading it until we are live. So there you go, people. I'm a winner, man. I'm buzzing with that, Mr. B. My supper will go down much easier tonight.
Well, look, congratulations. I say congratulations. Colm, for those of guys who don't know who you are, where can we find you?
You can find me over on Full Time Sports Network. We are live the next couple of days covering the World Cup. So make sure you do join us over there. Moss will be covering that. And we don't just cover football, we cover all sports as well. So it'd be good to see you there.
Matt, you're here every week, but you know what? I'm still going to do it for you.
You can find me here. You can also find me on Twitter at MattyAdam87.
Yeah, I'm not going to say it, Matt. Vincent said it earlier. Vincent said something about a certain company taking over.
Our chat.
And also,
our community.
Rebel, you're right. And he says it makes up for the time he got the quiz question right in the first minute of guess the player. That wounded me, Rebel. It did. In the first minute, I was like, I seen his answer in the comments. I'm like, are you having a laugh? I was wounded, honestly. Really knocked me for 6, did that?
You cuss so much on the show. I know you swear a lot, but Jesus, every word that came out of your mouth was an F and a C word. Look, that's how it goes. Guys, look, we are the agenda. I say every week. You don't have to be here, but you are. Especially on a Friday, we appreciate it, man. Yeah. So this is me, Mr. B, Matty, Colm, and my left or my right-hand man, depending. I don't know what screen you're looking on. TalkMU. We will be back on Monday, guys. So we see you at 8:30 on Monday. Take it easy. Man United agenda out.